Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a daily tarot oracle reading, Tattletales from Tales from the Vector. My goal is to provide valuable information to empower you. This is a collective or general reading, so please be aware that parts of it may or may not resonate with you. Take what works for you and leave the rest. Also, this is a timely reading, meaning that if you're watching it now, it is the perfect time for you. If it has been some time since I posted this, check back what was going on in your life at that time. It may give you some more clues as to what your situation is. And we do have the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck is the Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles is talking about the give and take in life. Pentacles represent health, wealth, and happiness in the 3D. And the health, wealth, and happiness, as well as a big part of that, is, of course, is money. Having said that, it's about lifestyle and how much are you investing in others? How much are others investing in you? How much are you willing to give? How much are you willing to take? When you hire people, how much are you willing to pay them? You know, that kind of, or when they hire you, how much are you willing to take, basically? And so in this scenario, this person is giving this beggar coins, but not this one. He has the scale of justice above this one, because in his pocket here, he already has something. So he's saying, you know, go to work. You already have what you need. And this person actually needs my time, my money, my investment, that kind of energy. So the first card out is also about the Pentacles. So this, we're talking about the Pentacles are, this actually is the only card out of all of the Pentacles in the deck where the person is actually working on the coin itself. So this is representing making money, like physically making it. And the energy is saying either that you've started a project and you're investing your time and money and energy into it, and you either are on the second pentacle and you have these to go, or you have done all of these and you're on the second last one and just have one left and you will be done the project. Let's see. We have fulfillment. So this card is talking about fulfillment. This card is also regarded in the tarot as the marriage card or a card of commitment. So quite often it does mean marriage. Having said that, it can also mean a commitment towards a business or, you know, some event, some other adventure, I guess. And this is talking about also the 111 or 1111 portal. So this is about manifesting fulfillment. And the wands do represent action. And when you see this card, you'll notice like the wands look really tall, and that's because it's a portal to go through. And it's saying, make sure you go through the portal. Don't sell yourself short. Get through that gateway. The 111 or 1111 portal is synchronicity that happens in the universe, where all of a sudden you'll look up and you'll see, oh, the clock says 111, and then you look again in the evening and it says 1111. Or you need to go pick up a package and the package says, you know, the address is 111 11th Avenue. And as you're driving to get the package, there's a car in front of you and it has a license plate, 111. And so this is the way that the universe communicates with us through synchronicity, saying, hey, watch your thoughts because you're manifesting at a very high level right now. Make sure your thoughts are on what you do want, not on what you don't want. And so that's the energy of that card there. We'll see what else is happening here. We have the, oh, Pentacle, Pentacle, Pentacle. This whole reading. All right, fulfillment in Pentacles. So we have the Ace of Pentacles, and it's saying, yes, if you pay attention to the synchronicities in life and you put work into it, that you can have this fulfillment. This is a reward from the universe for staying on your path. You see the path here. And it's a reward for following your North Star. So your North Star represents the energy of staying on the divine path that you were given, a mission or whatever, your special quality that is needed on the earth at this time. And this is, you know, the pentacles are about like the 3D lifestyle on earth. And then we have the Queen of Wands come in here. So the Queen of Wands, she's sitting on her throne, and she's there's 4 queens in the minor arcana. She is, her element is the wand. And so the wands are made of wood, and they do represent action. They're from the fire element. Wood feeds fire. And the wood is coming from a tree. And so the tree, this represents the tree and the ancestors who have deep roots, and also the offshoots that have, you know, descent for the descendants. So the Queen of Wands is considered to be like very sexy and natural beauty and very optimistic with a sunny disposition. She has a sunflower in her hand here that represents that she follows the sun. The sun in the tarot is actually the God, the Most High. And she is sitting on her throne. She knows in the background here is a veil. And that's between the spiritual realm and the physical, the intuitive and the logic. And she knows how that if she uses both her logic and her intuition and satisfies the needs of her spiritual and her physical realm, that she's going to be able to find creative solutions and move forward in a strong way. She also has this little black cat sitting here, and in a lot of people do not think black cats are lucky, so they won't have one. She doesn't care about superstition. She sets the tone. She doesn't. She focuses on solutions, not on problems, and she doesn't believe in superstition. We have another pentacle. Look at that. Wands and pentacles. So this is the Page of Pentacles coming in. And the pages, they would work for the king and queen, generally around the age of 7 to 14. And they would deliver messages within the court. So they would, you know, in between the walls of the palace, basically. And quite often they would come from families in the area that were of higher society. And when they became older, once they were 21, if they were doing a really good job and they could afford a horse, then they could be considered for knighthood. And then, of course, their responsibilities would extend further out. So the pages represent communication coming in. So the communication can be coming from, you know, like at the page level. In the old days, like it would just be on foot within the palace walls. But nowadays, we have so many ways of communicating. We have, we can get a letter. We could have someone come in person and speak to us, but we also have phone calls, emails, text messages. We have social media posts, that kind of energy. So the news, whatever is going on, in general, if you're, this is a general or collective reading, and whatever's happening in the news on a higher level, like between the leaders of countries and that kind of energy, you know, the movie stars and that, what the people that are seen, that are in the public eye, whatever's happening with them is definitely also happening at a smaller level for the average person. Like, you know, not calling anyone like, oh, you're below average or above average, but I'm talking about people that are presidents and prime ministers and kings and movie stars and you know, influencers and people who shake the world up kind of energy. So there's some sort of message coming in about your health, wealth, happiness. Let's see what, oh, there's a tower. Okay, we have all these pentacles and now we have a tower. So the tower is talking about there's some sort of reality check coming here. Now, I just want to point out also that the figures in the tarot are archetypes. So this queen could actually be a king in his feminine, male in his feminine energy. And this could be, in the old days, of course, the knights would always be a male, but now this could be a female in their masculine energy. So The reality check, the tower, is lightning strikes the turret of the castle, and the people are knocked out and it's on fire. It's not good. The lid has fallen off, basically. And so this is the energy of like a kind of shocking something happening. The thing is about the tower, quite often the universe, as I said, it communicates, you know, through synchronicities. And it also whispers to us like, hey, you might want to take a look at that. And then if we don't hear, then it uses the frying pan treatment. Whack over the head. Do you hear me now? No? Okay, well, here comes the tower. Lightning strikes, right? And so this card is saying that lightning is striking. And how often does lightning strike? About as often as you win the lottery. It's about the same, probably. And so this is talking about there's two people here, and they're both falling out of the tower. And like, it doesn't look like they're living there again soon because it's on fire. But one of them is looking really surprised, and the other one is looking like, oh, I kind of thought this might happen, or glory, hallelujah, get me out of here kind of energy. So the tower hits when there needs to be a change. It's a reality check. Something is not, something in this scenario here is not correct, and you need to pay attention to it. And oh, because you're going, like, either you're suffering sabotage now, and now this is like that represents this energy. There's 10 swords in this person's back. They're laying on the ground there, looking unalive, and they're gazing off into the distance there. And they're wondering what the EF happened. Here I was working. I had, I have the basics. Like, this card is basically saying, you've worked hard enough that you've managed to accumulate the money for the down payment of your castle, which is no small accomplishment, of course. And now you still have to make the mortgage payments. It's that kind of energy. You've met the person and you're married. Now you have to, make it work to have a family and stay together. That's the kind of energy. So you still have to put effort into it. The Ace of Pentacles is the reward for having done so. The Queen of Wands could be what this reading is about. And remember, this could be a male or a female. Some sort of information has come in regarding your pentacles, and it's a reality check, and it's not good. It's left you like this. The give and take, somehow, there was more take than there was give, apparently. Now, this card, this person is laying there, and this could be the Queen of Wands, or it could be about the Queen of Wands causing this. This energy is saying, hey, there's 10 swords in this person's back, and this can represent like 10 times that you were sabotaged by the same person. It could be 10 different people all work together to do this to you, or it could even be 10 groups of people that have done this to you. It depends on how much money is there. Some people will do anything for money. And so the energy is saying, here you are laying here. And this energy here is talking about, like, the sun is either rising or setting on this situation. But this card is a 10, so it's representing the beginning, like a new beginning, and an end of an old cycle. And when we were in 2025, the energy 2 + 2 + 5 is a 9, so it's a 9 cycle. That was like a decade of energy, basically, came to an end on January 1st when we moved into 2026. 2 + 2 + 6 is 10. So this is actually 1 + 0, a 1 year. So when we moved from 2025 to 2026, it was actually not just changing years. And this is why a lot of people are feeling like a lot of shift is coming out with this new year, because it ended a decade of energy and moved into a new decade. So if you think about, if you're trying to figure this out, what was going on 10 years ago, at the end of 2015 to the beginning of 2016, who were you with, and what were you doing, and what was kind of going on? And that might give you some clue as to what was happening for the last decade. The good news is that's ended now. The reality check has come. Now this reality check could be for the people who have done this. And you already were aware of this, because if this has been going on for a decade, you may have noticed, where the hell is my pentacles? So that's the kind of energy I'm getting here. I've worked hard for them. This card can also say that someone is literally making money, like, you know, like money laundering, Ponzi schemes, RICOs, you know, pyramid schemes, all that kind of energy. And so this person is laying here, but their right hand is in the form of a blessing. And the Hierophant, which represents traditional structure in the spiritual and physical realm, is responsible for bringing judgment to situations. And the Hierophant does have his hand in the form of a blessing, the same as this. So sometimes this card can mean it's a blessing in disguise. This is saying someone was taking your money or giving your money, or something was going on with your money, and it's left you in this position, or maybe it left you in that position, and you've had to start working all over again to have the happiness that you had before, but you stayed on your path, and this is representing the people that did this to you. So let's see. I'm building a pyramid here, and so this is the bottom line. This is the first step of the pyramid. This is the tools that you have to work with. And so if you have already had this degree of success, which is a good degree of success, and you're starting over, recognize that you're really not starting over, because you have all the experience from this situation that you've been in. And the pentacle here is a big pentacle compared to this little pentacle. And so it's way less than you had possibly, but it is still more than enough. And it's about using your intuition and your logic to be able to understand what happened and how to prevent it from happening again. We have the scales of justice here. I feel like, because this is the underlying energy of the reading, this is talking about, now in context with this, talking about you having to learn about the give and take, and of discernment of who you work with, and how much you give, and how much you invest, and how much you pay others, that kind of energy. And for the people that did this, I feel it's like ding dong, the witch is dead kind of energy. Whatever they were doing is done. I don't know why I got it like that, but yeah, look at that. We have the wounded warrior here. So this is talking about, and this is right on this reality check in this. So the wounded warrior is talking about actions that were taken. And I feel like this is talking about, you know, like you planted 8 seeds to harvest, basically, and you managed to land them, and they're behind you. So you successfully completed 8 projects, like when you launched them and you brought them in and you completed them. And the 9th one, like you've gutted it here, and you're holding it close to your heart. But I mean, you're wounded, you're tired, you're standing on your feet, but you're the wounded warrior. And when you get rewarded for staying on your path, like the North Star, and the energy is that because you stayed on your path, the universe has been making sure that you have enough pentacles to get through, even if it's just to get through, to get this job done, because these people have been busy doing this. And so it could be a couple that was involved in doing some sort of whatever regarding money. So let's see some more here. Okay. This card makes me laugh now all the time, because this is conviction beyond a doubt. And the way I've always read this card is you're standing on higher ground. Now you've been through this, you know, clearly it's been challenging, but you are standing on higher ground, and you are protecting your heart, and you're protecting what's yours. And this is saying that I know what I know, and I have conviction beyond a doubt that this is the direction I'm going in, the one that he's leaning on here, and I will fight for it if I have to fight for it. And notice there's 2 different footwear on his feet, and so this can represent, I feel like this card has been coming up so much, and I feel it's because it's representing January 1st as we move from one decade of energy into a new decade of energy, and we have 1 foot in each world yet, because it's only like, as I'm doing this reading, it will be the 15th when this comes out. And so this is talking about that you have conviction beyond a doubt, that you know what you know, and you know what direction you're taking, and you will fight for what is yours. I had someone in the community, this card has been coming up a lot in the readings, and I feel it's because of this energy of moving from this bigger cycle. People are noticing, wow, this new year feels really different. And if you look back now from January 1st, look what all is happening in the world. And it's not necessarily less chaotic, but if you notice, it's chaotic in a different way now. It's really strange energy. It's kind of like do-do-do-do, you know, like it's like, what the heck is going on? It's really like very volatile energy, and I feel like it's been that way since the full moon on January 3rd. It's just been like, whoa, super aggressive, man. And you can see that in the news, and then you see all these truths coming out, like all this shift that people were doing back, you know, for the last 10 years. All of a sudden now, it's being found out, and people who were doing shifty business behind the scenes are like, it's being displayed for everybody to see. So I feel like that's the kind of energy we're in right now. And I feel that this, so someone in the community posted, when this card had come up, do you mean conviction without a doubt regarding a prison sentence? And I hadn't thought of it from that perspective. But yes, this could mean conviction beyond a doubt for a prison sentence for whoever did this. They're getting caught up. This is a lot of effort to put into someone. Like, this is like not just kind of disliking someone. This is like, we're going to take this person down and out. That kind of energy. And possibly they even wanted to make money off you. They might even have a life insurance policy or something on you. It's that kind of energy. Like, they really don't like you. That's the energy. And now we have the Empress coming in. So the Empress is all 4 queens rolled into one person. And so she has, she's like the generator of energy. She's like a magnet. She attracts wonderful things to her. The beauty of life. She has all this wheat growing at her feet. She knows I've planted these seeds. She has confidence that nature will take care of it, and the crop will be whatever the crop it is. She doesn't worry about it. She just waves her scepter there and says, okay, nature, do your thing. I'm off to another project. She's very good with money. She understands money. She understands pentacles. She understands lifestyle. She's also very loving. She's someone that is definitely marriage material, someone that you can count on, like to keep the house in good order, and that kind of energy. She also is very intelligent and very intuitive and sexy and all of those things. So the Empress is like, as I said, all 4 queens rolled into one. So she has, and quite often she might be in a position of power. Like if she owns a business or whatever, she might be the CEO of a business. She could be the head financial advisor. She could be whatever she is. She could be the head researcher. She could also be the head of the family and have 10 kids kind of energy. She's pregnant with possibility. And quite often this card means that this can actually represent a physical pregnancy, just as this card can say that this is a commitment to marriage. So it feels like there could be a couple here. Now, is this Empress belonging here? Usually the Empress doesn't have to do this, but who knows? Maybe she is. Or is it the Queen of Wands that is part of this couple here? Someone is. And someone is representing this energy of wanting justice for this. That kind of energy. We have the Magician. So the Magician is sitting on the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. And so the Magician is when the Fool starts their journey in the major arcana, it's the 0 point. And so that's like starting off from like the very beginning, like when you're in the middle of a cycle like this. that you have to get your footing kind of energy. And the first card that the Fool comes across is the Magician, and the Magician represents being able to bring what's from above, thoughts, and bring that down into the material world and make it a material thing. So this is talking about using that alchemy and magic, infinite potential. And you have the tools that you need here to build this beautiful garden, this beautiful world. And he's pointing at the Queen of Wands. So he's talking about this energy could be that the Queen of Wands has become so good at using, at doing this, that she is now the Empress. So that this could be the same person, and it could be talking about the quality of being able to use her creativity and her logic to bring her intuition, down to earth and cause matter to happen. So we'll see some more here. We have the Page of Cups coming in, talking, okay, so now the Page of Cups is communication coming in regarding a cup of love. Now the cup of love could be, quite often, it's romantic love, and it's sitting on the commitment in marriage. And but it's also sitting on this pentacle for the perfect lifestyle in 3D world. And so this is talking, so this could be talking about having found the perfect person to marry. Someone who has, that you find very passionate and attractive and all of that, but has all the qualities of the Empress, so she can generate at a very high rate. And then the Page of Cups is saying someone like that, someone is interested in this Empress, Queen of Wands energy. And this represents like the sea behind is like there's plenty of fish in the sea, but this page is focused on this fish in this cup. And so he is very interested. This could be a communication coming in. I want to get to know somebody better. I'm going to ask them out on a date, or I'm going to arrange to run into them somehow because I really want to get to know this person. And so this could be like something as simple as asking someone out on a first date, that kind of energy, or bumping into someone and saying, hey, I haven't seen you in years, that kind of energy. Do you want to go and have supper tonight, or something like that kind of energy? And then it's a whole new world after that. So this is talking about, because when the Fool starts their journey, it's a 0 card. When they complete their journey, we're talking about the world, card number 21. And so this is saying that, I feel this is saying that this person has asked someone out on a date, now they're married, and it's a whole new world. Now we're into a new cycle. Now it's a couple acting together. Now is it this couple, and is this couple the couple that lost the money and are falling out of their castle, or is this the people that caused, is there another couple that caused this to happen to this couple? So I feel we have two couples now. not necessarily, that's just my intuitive feeling that I'm getting from these cards. So this is talking here now about the tools that you have to move forward and kind of the situation you're in. This is talking about the obstacles that you've come up against and are coming up against. And now this is talking about having the courage to move forward. And this is saying like the High Priestess is the second person or second card that the Fool comes upon on their journey. So this was a short journey here. I feel like when the Empress energy got together with someone who was interested in her, that they got married, and that was a whole new world. And this is talking about the intuition. So the High Priestess, if the Fool starts on a new journey now, because we're in a new cycle, or we're talking about two different people, like two different couples. That's why I feel there might be two. There might be a good couple and a bad couple. There might be an evil couple, and like there could be one that's dark and one's light. And it could be because we're talking about the Magician here and the High Priestess. And she's sitting between two pillars. This one actually represents the devil, and this one represents Jesus Christ. So that energy, she's sitting in between and has to decide, okay, which kind of magic am I going to use? That's the energy I'm picking up. Two totally different worlds, right? And she follows regardless, she follows the cycles of the moon. And, I just finished the new moon readings. If you're interested, I have them for all of the signs, and they're all up now. And that new moon is on the 18th of January, and it's in Capricorn. And it's talking about building companies, bringing physical or, thoughts and, ideas down to earth and making companies out of them, making something that you can gain pentacles from. And so it's talking about, like, the Capricorn sign is talking about taking consistent steps of action. The Capricorn energy is represented by, the glyph is a mountain goat on the front end, and it's a dolphin tail on the back. So the mountain goat is determined and is going to climb that mountain to build that, whatever it is that they want to build. And they are they are the most mature of the pentacle signs, and so their responsibility is to build shift on earth. And they're good at doing it. They're very disciplined about it. If they're climbing that mountain and that fishtail gets in the way, they fall down, they just get back up and they keep going again. And this energy is ruled by Saturn, and the devil energy just so happens to also be ruled by Saturn. So it's kind of, because how does the devil tempt people the most? With shift that they love to have. And of all the signs, the Capricorn energy is the most likely to have, like, designer clothes, sports cars, that kind of energy, because that's their job. That's what they do. And so they sometimes can be the ones that are the most easily tempted by wanting to have those things, because that's their true nature. And that's the energy of having the determination to put the work in to do it. Like, they are very disciplined when they are in that mature, when they're in the mature energy of that. So the new moon in Capricorn is talking about, now is a great time to start building something new. And even if it's just small steps, just consistently start putting those steps into action, because and having the discipline every day to do one more step, do one more step. It doesn't have to be huge, but you have to show the universe that you're going to be consistent and that you're committed to it. That's the energy I'm picking up. So let's see some more what's going on here. Okay, now we have the energy of regret over some spilt milk. Well, in this case, it's actually wine. So the Five of Cups represents there's been spilt milk. Don't cry over spilt milk kind of energy, that's saying. But in this case, there's 2 cups of wine here, and then there's 1 cup of whatever that is. And so this quite often represents that there was 3 people involved in a relationship that should have had 2. So there was like a triad here. There was 3 people instead of 2. And there's a lot of regret over it. It's caused a lot of problems. Now, if this was between 2 couples, let's say there was 2 married couples, and in one of the couples, that person chose to have an affair with someone else who was married. Now we have like 2 couples, that kind of energy. So this 3rd cup could represent the person this could represent someone who's married from another couple cheating with someone who's also married, that kind of energy. And this card is saying, like, you could stand here and regret, but like what's been done has been done. And it's possible, because this card is saying, this is the pregnancy card, it's possible someone's pregnant now. That could be the energy. And this is saying, okay, like, are you going to stand there and stare at those cups in regret? Or are you going to turn around, pick up these 2 cups, walk down the path, cross the bridge over troubled waters, and get back to your castle? And you notice the castle now is half standing and half dilapidated. So that represents, how are you going to view this? Are you going to view this as the glass is half full, or is it half empty? Are you just going to stand there disappointed and in regret, and this could be regret for your actions, it could be regret for the other person's actions, it could be both couples in regret. It could be regret for what happened here, whatever this was. But I feel that it was orchestrated by a couple, for sure. So let's see now. It's time to go up to the mountain. This is the dark soul, the dark night of the soul. This is like serious shift because it's caused a major problem here. And you look at this now, you see this Queen of Wands, and the magician's pointing to her, and he's pointing to this. So now we know who the culprit is. We got this cat. See? Stella's on my lap, my cat. She's purring though. She says, I didn't have anything to do with it. She says, cats have 9 lives. I wasn't there. And she's not black. She says, I'm a good luck cat. So this is saying, this figure here, whatever was happening here could have happened like 9 times, or for 9 years this could have been going on. So this magician is pointing to this black energy and this black energy. Someone has been using black magic is the energy I'm getting here. Do you see that? And they started off small with superstition and whatever, but they put some effort into it. And now it's caused a major problem. And the whole crew may as well climb that mountain and go isolate, each on a different one, because they need to figure out, okay, what are we going to do now kind of energy. There's a lot. This is a lot. This is like, oh, if this has been going on for a decade and black magic has been used, and everybody, like, this is talking about ick. It's just like not pretty energy. So, okay, go up to the mountain, figure out what you need to do. And when the lantern shines bright, you know, hopefully God is still speaking to you. Kind of energy. And you have the enlightenment to come down. This rod represents coming down from the mountain, and now you know what to do. Now this could be regarding the person that, you know, this could, again, let's go back. This could be regarding the people that did this are in regret because they've been caught. Or this energy could represent the couple that had this happen to them. But the thing is, who is cheating with who kind of energy? Someone in the, someone in the relationship that this has happened to was involved with someone in the other relationship, because that's why they're not surprised and their partner is very surprised. So I feel like this is talking about 2 couples, and one of the couples is responsible for doing this, and they've been caught now. And so they're in regret because they've been caught. And one of them was having an affair with someone from this couple. And that couple are also like in a bad position, but because of what happened to them. And one of them is surprised because they didn't see this coming at all. And the other one knows because they were having an affair with someone in that other couple. That's the energy I'm picking up. Very complicated, but not that complicated. So this energy is talking about now the Knight of Pentacles is coming in instead of, so yeah, this has been going on for like a decade, for sure. Like, look at, this is talking about the Page of Pentacles around the age between 7 to 14 when they start working for the court, and at 21 they're grown up enough to become a knight. So, you know, this is and the knight is the slowest of all the knights in the deck. This is someone that doesn't quite know which direction to go in. So it could be representing the couple that has lost the money, or the person that's wondering what happened to my money, and it's because their partner had an affair. And it was with someone that was also in a couple, but that couple was collaborating to cause this and to take the money. And that's why their money is gone. That's the energy. And so this energy is, I don't think anybody knows what to do now. Like, it's kind of like holy, but they've come down from the mountain and it's like God has said, well, this is what you need to do. And this horse has been at a standstill. It's been at least, I feel like this has been going on for at least a decade. This energy. Wow. And then we have the King of Wands here. Look at that, because we got the King of Wands and we've got the Queen of Wands. So that's probably one couple. And then we've got the Empress. And the King of Wands is looking straight at this information coming in. And he looks like he's getting up. He's ready to do something. And there's something that I noticed about this card today that I have never noticed before. Like, the King of Wands is sitting on his throne. Now, he's very charismatic and he's visionary. He's very passionate about what he does. And he's a forward thinker. Like, he likes to take action on new projects, etc. He is very well-liked, like charismatic, charming, the kind of guy you wouldn't kick out of bed for eating crackers. Like, he's very able to, you know, he'd be the life of the party kind of energy. But the thing I've found that I hadn't noticed before is that he, like here on the back, the salamanders in a circle and the lion represent protection from fire, and that is behind him. But when you look at it, look there, it looks like there's two eyes, smoke coming out of the nose, and the mouth, like someone's smoking something, or there's a fire of some kind. And it's almost like there's like this energy behind him, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really weird. Look at it. Look at an eye, a nose with smoke coming out of it, and someone smoking something. And this is the element of fire. And he has protection from fire. So something's smoking hot behind him, but he's protected from it. So I feel like now this feels like this is a couple then. And now we, you know, so was there an Empress that was having an affair with the King of Wands? Or was there an Empress having an affair with the Queen of Wands? And remember, these can be male or female. And the Queen of Wands, out of all the face cards in the fire element, they all have a salamander in them somewhere, or this energy here with the circular salamander representing that they have protection from fire. But the Queen of Wands doesn't need protection from fire because she commands fire. Interesting. So everybody got smoked here except the Queen of Wands. He didn't even see it coming. He's protected from the fire, but where there's smoke, there's fire. That's what's coming up. Really interesting energy. Okay, I haven't read it before. And so now he has a passion for new discovery. He wants to know what happened to his money. He wants to know, hey, what's going on here? Really interesting. Or, yeah, like, so anyway, this story continues, and this is another reward coming once this information comes in, and he has an understanding, and he's looking straight at the information here. Okay, I'm ready to take action. Here's my passion, and the universe says, here you go. Here, go for it. This is a gift from God. You're going to figure it out. So clearly, I feel that it's the King of Wands that was unaware of this energy. And hey, I don't know what he was busy doing because it was going for a decade. But he you know, now he he's like, holy, this information is coming in like 10 years later, right? that his partner has been doing black magic and probably having an affair with someone the whole time. And whoa, here we have the Sagittarius energy coming in. This is temperance, and this is about the alchemy of being able to stay on your path no matter what. So he's been on his path. So he's been busy, you know, pouring into this, all like doing all this work to stay on his path. And this is considered like an earth angel energy. So some people feel that there's 144,000 souls that God put on earth, and they are there to do God's work. And they're actually angels that come down in human form. And they're on specific missions to make the world a better place. And so this angel has 1 foot in the water of the universal pool and 1 foot on land. And it's using alchemy to bring that energy in. And they've been, I'm getting, well, hey, what was he doing? He was doing this for the last decade. That's what he was doing. He's been doing that for a long time. Because it's sitting right here. Interesting. And it's also sitting on the wounded warrior. The wounded warrior is someone that has followed God's path. And it's been hard. And probably was working his butt off, but where was all his money going? Let's see. Now we have, yeah. And so this is the energy now. This is someone who's moving on. This is like, okay, now I've got this information. I have planted this. This is like basically talking about standing on his turret of his castle, or what used to be his castle, and saying, you know what? I'm moving off to a different country even, like it's saying right here, because there's this can represent the ocean between. And this is saying, I've done everything I can here in this world, on this side, and I need to plant it here, and I have the world in my hands. I'm going to go and do this in a new way, in a new country, or a new city, a new province, a new state, that kind of energy. But sometimes with the water here, it actually means, like, it could be, I'm getting out of North America and I'm going to Australia. I'm going down under. That kind of energy. I want to get away from this shift. Like, this is, yeah, like really crazy energy, right? So quite often, like, these wands are a passion for doing something. And if it's a business, it could represent, I've done everything I can here. I'm going to take this energy and I'm going to create a franchise or do something like that. I'm going to build it in a bigger way in a new location and just leave this behind, because I don't even want to have anything to do with this. This is like whatever this was. And this energy here, see, the reality check could be that the Empress became pregnant, or like this is representing the Empress because she's pregnant. This energy could be, look at the explosion happening. This can represent conception of a baby. Okay, could have been something like that. All right, so the King of Wands is moving on to a distant shore, away from this immature competition. These are adolescents, and this is adolescent behavior as far as he's concerned, and he's done. And so this kind of energy is talking about immature attitude towards competition. So it's talking about, like, you'll do anything to win, and you can see the other team should win. It's like narcissistic cheerleaders. You can see the other team was better than you, and instead of looking at that team and saying, hey, what are they doing that I could do to make my team better? That kind of energy, or to make myself better at what I'm doing to be part of the team. But narcissistic cheerleaders want to win no matter what, whether they deserve to win, whether they don't deserve to win, they want to win. And if they don't succeed, then their mothers will. And so that's the energy that it's in. So this could have involved quite a lot of people. Yes, and then we have the Knight of Wands moving, like this is the rebel with the cause now, off to in a different direction, and he's in this direction. He's going this way, not this way. And the rebel with a cause. So he's learned, okay, he's a hothead. He knows that, like, he's passionate, but he can also be, like, have a bad temper. And he recognizes, like, he's still protected from fire here. See that tunic? And this is representing, okay, I'm taking this to a different area. And he might be going to the Sudan or to Egypt or something, you know, that kind of energy. He might be going to the desert. He's just getting the hell out of here, that's for sure. And he's on his way. And he is a rebel with a cause. This is about being able to rein in his emotions and just, okay, I'm going to do what I need to do to make this work. And this is the direction I'm going in. And notice he still has that protection from fire. And that's the energy that I never had noticed before, that where there's smoke, there's fire, right? That's a saying. So he's going to continue to go on adventures, but he's not doing it with the same people. It's not just with this, he's not doing it with the Queen of Wands anymore, but he's doing it with, and he's not doing it with the people that he was doing it with before, but he is now moving on. And this could represent that he didn't even know it, but these people were actually in competition with him, and he thought they were on his team, kind of energy. And remember, this can be a female as well as a male. And so now we have the pages of swords coming in. And so, yeah, this, I feel like this is, the information is basically from the divine, is you need to cut through the bullshit and cut some people out of your life. Basically, that's it. And you need to hang out with people that have higher aspirations. I always think of golf when I see this, and it's talking about, golf is a very mental sport. So you're not competing against the people that you're out on the course with. The people that are out in the course with other golfers quite often are trying to learn about how do they handle stress. And you can tell by the way someone golfs. If they can keep their shift together and keep control of their mind, discipline their mind, then they'll have a really good game. And so when you're golfing, you're competing with the last best score you had on the golf course. And your team, the people that you're with are actually, that's why a lot of people do business on the courts, because it's a mind game. And you can tell a lot. It's like poker. You can tell a lot by the way people play poker and by the way people golf, like how they react to different situations. And so I feel like that's kind of, he's raised his game. Like he was playing with people that were playing checkers, but he's playing chess. That's the energy I'm getting. And then we have, yeah, just walking away from it. Like going off, he's decided, yeah, I'm out of here. I'm taking these two, like I'm going to go find these 2 cups. I don't want the 2 cups that were in this scenario. I'm just walking away from it. This represents like romance, love life, that kind of energy. Everything that you thought you loved, the place you loved to live at, all of that. I'm walking away from it, and I am going to do this in a different place. And I'm walking away from these people. I'm done. And this is talking like, here we have like the full moon energy as well as the new moon energy. And I feel like a lot of people really felt that energy coming in on the Cancer full moon on the 3rd. And a big reason for that was because the energy was like the reason I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh, this card belongs here. I'm like, what happened to my pyramid? Sorry, it threw me off. Like, OCD. But no, there's something about that, that energy. Because Cancer, the full moon was in Cancer. And Cancer is right across from this Capricorn energy, right? And the Capricorn energy at the time that the moon was in Cancer, The Sun and Mars and Venus were all in Capricorn energy. And the sun was illuminating what was happening on the moon, which is about illusions. And Mars and Venus were in there also. So there was a lot of information like this kind of energy coming out at that time, like reading after reading about love relationships and different things that had happened in them, and people not knowing, but now they do kind of energy. So that's what I feel like. It could have just been like, this could be quite new for you, or this could be representing any full moon, really. But that full moon was particularly aggressive. We had Mars and Venus. If you've heard of men are from Mars, women are from Venus, it was shedding light on what was happening in between couples, a lot of that kind of energy, and volatile. And then the new moon coming up now is the new moon and this energy is in Capricorn energy, the new moon. And so now it's in the energy that was before, you know what I like, in the full, like it's in the energy that was opposite the energy of the full moon. So it's totally a like walking away from home, family, I'm done. And this energy is very exemplative of the energy coming up on February 17th. We will have the Chinese New Year moving into the fiery horse energy. This is like almost like pure Sagittarius energy. Like it's a very similar energy, like about wanting to do new adventures, free-spirited, moving on, like that kind of energy, loving to travel, go on adventures, having setting very high goals in your career and doing everything you can to achieve them. It also, in the love life, is talking about a lot of passion and a lot of intensity. So that could work either way. And this is also, we have this here, a passion for new discovery. So I feel like on the 17th of February, the new moon for January is in a couple days here. It'll be on the 18th in Capricorn. But the new moon coming in on the 17th of February is coming in the day that the Chinese calendar switches over to the year of the fiery horse. And that calendar, or that New Year's cycle, follows the moon cycle. So I feel like this energy is going to really be like ready to go. And this is about getting ready for it, like finding out what happened. Okay, it sucks, this is what happened, but now I'm taking steps right now to move forward and rectify this. I'm walking away from this bullshit, and I'm going to continue with my goals. But I'm doing it not with these people. That's the energy. And the fiery horse energy. Now, the danger of this energy is being really impulsive. And it's fiery. Like if you have a hot temper, which a lot of the fire signs do. So this energy can be really good for like the more laid back signs. But if you're already a fire sign and you're angry, be very careful about being impulsive. If you've ever seen like a horse that gets the bit in their mouth and they go for a run, and you're on that horse, all you can do is hang on because they're bigger than you, and when they're in that energy, you know. And the thing about that is, like, if you're on foot and you're going down the wrong path, you're going to get tired and you're not going to get it that far. But on a horse, you could go really far in the wrong direction. That's the energy. And we're talking about like a decade here, right? So it's really yeah, it's really challenging energy. But now we have the Knight of Cups coming in, and this is talking about a new cup of love. And look how calm the horse is. So this could be talking about unconditional love for yourself, or it could be talking about meeting someone new that really is going to empower you in what you're doing. Now, this could have already happened 10 years ago. This could have been what happened back in 2015, 16. Or this could be happening now, or it's about to happen kind of energy in this. And I feel like the new fiery horse energy here could be the start of that energy for some people. It could be It's the past, present, or future. You have to use your discernment. But you notice the difference, like with this horse is calm. The knight is totally calm. They know exactly what they're going to do. They have a passion for new, and they're offering a cup of love to someone. And look at, they're offering it to the Queen of Cups. That's really funny to me, because it's just, I mean, who would have, there's 2 cups here, right? And so that's like, okay, I'm leaving these cups behind, wherever that was. And I'm offering this cup to the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is the most likely to be in a traditional marriage. She's holding, her cup is the only one in the deck that has a lid on it. So this is like someone who is a container of love, and she understands unconditional love. So she understands, she has a lot of compassion and empathy for others, but she also has a lot of love for herself. So she's a perfect person to fall in love with, because she loves love. She loves her children, she loves her country, she loves her family, she loves. She loves, her partner. It's the kind of energy of being very faithful. And this is like the most traditional of all the energies. This is representing someone who loves to raise her family, might love to cook just because she loves to cook, and that's the way she shows her love for her family. That kind of energy. And this is justice. Wow, look at that. Isn't that interesting? So here again, we have those 2 pillars, right? And this is talking about, look at this is a much bigger pillar, like the space here. Like there's no pillars here, but I mean this banner is very similar. And it's talking about justice on the spiritual side as well as on the physical side. And we've got the color of the sun energy shining from the back. So this is backed by the Most High. This is the energy, and this is very similar to this energy here. And the High Priestess sits at the right hand of God. So going from the bottom to the top and back down again, we have working very hard at something, and then something happens here, and it's a whole different ball of wax here, basically. And then we have having to use your intuition and recognizing there's been some immature competition here. And it's been going on for quite some time. And I'm just getting, like, we can see the dark side. So it's kind of like you were in the dark about it. Then we have the moving on, the rebel with a cause, off with this new passion, and finding someone when he goes to this other country, he, she, remember these are archetypes, and having justice because they find someone that truly loves them, that they truly love, that's not all about the drama. Like it's kind of like supportive energy, like someone you can really count on. And having had walked away from the old energy, this is what happened. And I feel like the cycles of the moon play a big role here, because that's what the queen does. And I also feel that this energy here of the fiery horse could really bring a lot of enlightenment or whatever on that day, on the 17th of February, because of the moon cycles here. And remember, the High Priestess follows the cycles of the moon. This is like a whole different kind of passion, something different from the regular that the King of Wands is used to. And no more wounded warrior. And this energy, I feel like, okay, he's no longer a wounded warrior, and these people are just like out of the picture. It's kind of like that. And this is talking about, in the end, having to learn the balance between how much to give, how much to take, what to invest, what not to invest. And I feel that part of this was sometimes we can get so focused on the pentacles that we forget about the rest, and we have an uneven balance in that, and that's how you can go a whole decade and not notice something like, hey, my partner's doing black magic. That's kind of like, and you don't notice that, like that's kind of like, and it's kind of like, yeah, It was well hidden though, I'm getting. Cats have 9 lives. I'm getting like 9 years of it. At least. Interesting energy. I haven't really seen things played out quite like this before. And like I said, I never noticed that smoky face there, you know. Anyway, I do hope you are enjoying this, and like and comment if you are. I'm just studying this, and I'm tuning my cards here that I'm going to use to clarify. This is Tales from the Vector. It's an oracle I started back in 2007. I completed the 64th painting in 2020. And I've had it out and about at fairs, at psychic fairs, and my seminars and stuff in the past. But now I am using it, it's complete for the first time. And I am working online with you to find the information to go along with the booklet to put it out. I do have a website, talesfromthevector.com, TAILS. The numbers on the cards that I'm using here represent the numbers of the paintings as they're as they are in the order they are in my gallery. And in the description box below, I will put the order that they show up here. And you can check it out if you want to and get a little more information for a little more clarity. This is an interesting story. Wow, there's so many stories in the world, like you could, and this is, this one is not that uncommon, but not that common either at the same time. There's different degrees of it here. Very different degrees of it. But there's some really intense energy in this one. Okay, so this came out. There's 2 cards that came out. So this energy, that first one, is the shooting star. So this is about this base root chakra. This is about having to have a good attitude and, to get back up and get back on your feet and keep going kind of energy. It's really interesting because when this part of the reading just seems gone almost, like it just doesn't match anymore. And then, so this is talking, you can wish upon a star. And it's talking about like the base chakra needs, right? You wish upon a star, but then you just sit there. Kind of reminds me of that saying someone, is praying to God and like, God, I've prayed and prayed for you to help me win the lottery. I need money. I don't have enough food. And God says, buy a ticket. So if you want to have, you have to participate. You can't just expect like, oh, I'm going to wish upon a star and then it's just going to fall from the sky in my lap. That's not how real life works. You have to put some energy into it. So and the universe likes action. So dissemination is when the information is scrambled, definitely here. Elephant, what elephant? So this is talking about believing in your own press, like sort of like you're so caught up in your lifestyle and so busy, and that happens to a lot of us, that you kind of just get into that rhythm. Okay, this is how our life is. And you notice there's weird things, but everybody has weird things, and you're so busy doing what you're doing that you don't even want to think about it really. So you just keep going kind of energy until you can't, until the reality check hits. Intent. So the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So like this isn't talking like, oh, there's a bunch of evil people here. There's a bunch of misguided people, especially if they're doing this kind of energy. And look at this, this magician is saying this energy was in competition with her own partner. Like, what the hell is that? Like, what if this is a male? Like, a male is going to be in competition with his wife for what? Aren't you supposed to be working together? Like that kind of energy. Or, vice versa. But, so yeah, but it's kind of like, I'm thinking that's probably not the only karmic space that's being cleared here, though. We have a mother's worry. So again, this immature competition, it's like sometimes the mother is involved. Like it could be mother-in-law energy here on both couples that were involved in this, both energies. And it was kind of like trying to weave things from their perspective so that they could protect their families kind of energy. This also can talk about Mother Earth energy. It's been coming up a lot in that context, like that a lot of people are worried about what's going on in the planet right now, because look what, I mean, it's pretty wild out there. And then we have the Virgo energy coming in. So yeah, this is really talking about a lack of communication. Like when Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and when Mercury goes in retrograde, communication goes like out the window kind of energy. Like it's, a lot of people say don't do anything in Mercury retrograde. To me, that's ridiculous. But because quite often that's when reality checks happen. Because things are going backwards, and that's when you notice, hey, there's something wrong here and I need to check on it. And so I feel like the Mercury retrograde is a good time to go inward and just check, are you communicating with everybody properly? That kind of energy. Dot your I's, cross your T's when you're signing documents, etc. The degradation. So yeah, I mean, people are probably feeling like degraded. This is degrading energy, let's face it. It's not like the best of the best. And then we have the guidance star. So needing to use your intuition in these situations instead of just using your logic. And the tower, yeah, it's saying, so what is the tower sitting on? This black magic, yeah. See, that's the energy that this tower is about, the people that were doing it. And there's a lot of them, and they're feeling this. And if this is now, I feel like they started to, it hit them hard on the thing is about people who think that black magic works, is that they tend to like to get out there during the full moon and do it, because that's the witching hour. What? Danger, danger. There's low-flying witches. You need to have a radar. So this is lack of awareness. Yeah, it causes a lot of missed opportunities. And also never underestimate the power of willful ignorance. Like when you know something's happening, but you just don't have time for it right now. I don't have time for this. It's probably not that bad. I'll look into it later, but then you get busy doing something else and you still don't have time for it. And before you know it, 10 years of this shit has been going on, and you're like, whoa, what a lot of shift. So destruction. Sometimes, like, the energy here, I feel like sometimes, like, it feels almost like the people didn't have maybe negative intentions. Maybe someone's mother has passed this information of how to do black magic down from one generation to the next. As I said here, the narcissistic cheerleader energy, if her kids don't win, she makes sure they do. And she'll do what she has to, that they get that trophy, whether they deserve it or not, that kind of energy. And so this is, yeah, denial. So, I mean, these tactics are tactics that are, that every person on the planet can be having those tactics used against them and for them, and it's like it happens a lot in everyday life, but then it also happens at the highest levels of government. And it was actually, the tactics in my oracle were actually defined by Edward Snowden, like, I don't know, almost, that would have been, I think, close to 15 years ago or whatever, before he moved to Russia. And he identified that these are tactics that governments are using, companies are using, to keep people in line. And the thing is, a lot of people will, oh, the government, but you are the government, like, and you govern your own life. And so if you employ these tactics, then and then you vote people in, you recognize the tax dollar is paying for those people's wages. So you're employing people that use those tactics because you use them yourself. And so we have to clean up our own mess first and quit using these tactics against each other, or accepting those tactics within our own relationship with ourselves and others, because we can even use these tactics on ourselves, right? And so this energy is talking about, like, we all have to take responsibility here. Like, it's not the people at the top, as above, so below, and as below, so above. That's the kind of energy. we all have a responsibility to leave this planet a better place than when we got here. And we have generations coming up. Our ascendants, our offshoots are coming up. What kind of a world are we leaving for for our descendants? You know, we have a responsibility here. And so if the journey, if the fool goes on the journey and it's a foolish journey, you have expectations. Oh, if it doesn't happen this way, then I'm not going to do it. Or if, you know, they did that, so I'm going to do this kind of energy. If it's a foolish, like, you don't want to be on a foolish journey. You want to stay on the path of, you know, a lot of people say, well, what's my purpose? I don't know what my purpose is. Your purpose is to be a better version of yourself every day, as much as you can, so that you always, when you're out in the golf course, that you're always getting a higher score on the same course, because you've learned from your mistakes, and you're learning more discipline in your mind, etc. So this is the energy that this reading is talking about. This is a lesson for people, like, you know, like, we're all responsible here. We have to recognize this. We owe it to the generations coming up to behave responsibly at this time, because you know, the world is really volatile right now. Having said that, we can rein it in instead of like adding to the friction and the conflict. We can do our best in our own lives. If at the very least, if we lessen the conflict ourselves within our own lives, we're one less problem for the universe to have to deal with. And hey, that energy, you're teaching your children how to behave, right? So yeah, and this is talking about the pride. So the karmic space, you know, like, it's kind of like people who get caught up in their pride and they just don't want to face what's happening, tend to you know, have major reality checks like this. And it's also talking about family, I feel like. You know, what does a lion do? A lion roars. You know, and the male lion, you know, has a pride of people. And someone who's in, like, that represents the Leo energy. And the Leo energy is about being a real proud, strong leader. And when they have a family, they call it their pride. It's their pride and joy. That kind of energy, being proud of who you are. And then I'm accidentally putting this upside down, but this is saying the Wheel of Fortune. Destiny, the wheels turning for the whole world. And for those that are watching this reading right now, I feel like this has really been super powerful perspective on life. You know, this happens, you know, this shift happens. So I do hope you've enjoyed it. Like and comment if you did. I'd really appreciate it. And consider subscribing if you resonate with the energy of the channel. I will be back with another reading for you again tomorrow. Bye for now. Okay, Stella, sorry. I gotta wake you up. It's okay.